Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mango etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for Bubuki Buranki episode number 11. Now, after this episode, I feel like there is no bad guy. Everyone seems to just be on their own different path, heading towards the same goal, sorry. Some people may seem to have their dark sides. In the case of Ryoko, we know that she wants to get revenge on Azuma's mom, but that's not really her fault. We find out from this episode it's not really her fault because Azuma's mom, when she went up to Treasure Island, she stopped the signal of every other Buranki's heart. So it was up to Entei because Entei was the only working Buranki. So it was up to Entei and Ryoko to just keep things that were going down on Earth at bay. And because of that, Ryoko's gone through a whole load of suffering. She has become somewhat immortal. She has died and been revived countless times, and it's just slowly permanent brain damage is getting done. So I understand, I can sympathize with Ryoko for wanting to kill Azuma's mum because all of this suffering that she's going through is her fault. And in hindsight, it's definitely her fault. We might get another plot twist along the lines where we find out that Azuma's mum had to do this for X and Y reason. But for now, we don't really see a reason for it, and it makes Azuma's mum seem like the bad guy. But we need to remember that it was Azuma's mom who went up to Treasure Island and has been keeping countless Buranki from falling down to earth. So for that reason, Azuma's mom is good. And this just all leads back to when I say there doesn't seem to be a bad guy. We just seem to be different teams on different paths heading towards the same goal, except for Team Russia. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't understand their mindset at all. I just really don't understand what is going on with them. So let's talk about something different now. So I might as well stay on the topic of Team Russia. So we had Team Russia versus Shizuru and Azuma. Azuma was mostly doing spectating. He was just there to just spectate and watch. And he took out Team Russia's heart as well. But it's Shizuru, oh my gosh, I think I love her. She single-handedly dealt with the limbs of Team Russia. Just single-handedly, no effort whatsoever. Didn't even bust a sweat. Just her and her weapon, firing shots for days, and just easily dealing with them. During the fight, though, we get a bit where most of the limbs of Team Russia, they have a revelation where they realize, yo, we can't even follow this guy anymore because he's just on one. And then basically, basically the fight becomes two against five, where the two being on Team Russia's side, where it was the leader of Team Russia and one of his sisters. But I think that Team Russia is done with for the story. I hope they're done with the story. I don't really like them too tough. So other than that, we had Hiragi and Azuma's mom. Azuma's mom needed Hiragi's help, and I think it was just that she needed the help and to get into this certain area where she goes when she's in a hole and she says, I'm going to try and prevent Treasure Island from falling down, because within the episode we find out that it's falling towards Earth, gonna land on Russia. Treasure Island is 10 kilometers long and there's no it's going to kill a lot of people. This is what we find out within the episode. We also find out that it was Team Russia's fault for why Treasure Island is falling at this moment in time. But she was going to go down into this hole, prevent things for as long as she can. But at the very end of the episode, guess who is back? Ryoko is back with Entei. Entei has limbs now, so she's got limbs from somewhere, and takes up Azuma's mum, and Ryoko's like, yo, I'm gonna kill you right now. For everything you've done to me, I'm taking your life right now. This is where the episode ends off. We see Azuma panicking. What's gonna happen next episode? Entei versus Obi round, was it 3 now? Most likely. Other than that, we had Kogani, Kinoa versus Sawyer. And Sawyer, it was easily dealt with them. He would have won that fight if it finished off. If anything, Sawyer would have killed Kogani if it wasn't for Motobai. Motobai hops into the fight, and that's where things got kind of interesting because they ended up fighting. Motobai's like to Sawyer, "What are you doing?" Ryoko said to us, "Capture the mom, Azuma's mom, and then bail back out. But you've been helping Team Russia and Team USA, so what are you doing?" That's what Motobai was saying to Sawyer. And Sawyer was like, "Yo, alright, what are you doing? You just helped our enemy, so what's going on there? What's your motive?" And then they get into a little fight. Was a draw? I don't know if it was a draw actually. So it could be it could seem like Motoba is about to die, but if you shake that aside and call it a fatal injury, it seems like it was a draw. And after the fight, we find out the reasons why they were doing what they're doing. Motobai wanted to free Kogani basically. He thought that she would be happier if she didn't have a Bubuki, didn't have to live this lifestyle. So he wanted to free her before he had to hand over his Bubuki rights to his newborn child. And we find out that Sawyer was doing everything that he was doing because he was trying to lessen the burden that Ryoko has had to suffer because he's the closest to Ryoko. He is known about everything that's been going on with Ryoko for all this time, and he just wanted to lessen the burden on her. So that's why he was doing what he was doing. That's everything to come out of the episode. I wonder what mentioned before is where we find out how Ryoko is immortal because she has taken over as Entei's heart. Now, I think that this, because we don't find out how this happens, we don't find out how she becomes the heart, but I think this has got something to do with what I was saying last week, where once you shatter the heart of Buranki, you go up into the brain, and we saw Obu trying to engulf Azuma into some liquid or whatever you want to call it. I think that was the process of Azuma becoming Obu's heart, but obviously the mom stopped it. So I think that's what happened with Ryoko and Entei, and that's the reason why she is now the heart when she's also immortal. So that is everything. I do believe that this episode deserves a 3-star rating. I'm going to call it a review like always, guys. I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.